Hey, it's Brad with the Eagle Network Podcast. Welcome. We have a great guest today. He is the former owner of Go Green Clean, still working with Go Green Clean, the one and only, and a great friend, a decent golfer.
Welcome to the Eagle Network Podcast, where business networking meets success. Sponsored by Eagle Pest Solutions, your once-a-year pest control solution in Palm Coast, St. Augustine, and Ormond Beach. Safer, better, less intrusive pest control. Got bugs? No one likes bugs. Come soar with us. Call today at 386-445-7414 for a free inspection and quote. That's 386-445-7414. Now here's your host, Brad Ward.
Gary Guinette, welcome.
Would you define decent golfer? What's my track record with you?
You put me on the spot here, Gary. You threw it right back at me. Wow. A decent golfer is someone that beats me probably more than I beat their score.
Okay, that's all I do.
Yeah. So you got what you wanted, Gary. So we always like to go back and start with the backstory, your roots, where you came from, and what got you down to Florida.
It doesn't take very long for anyone to recognize that this accent that I have is not Midwestern.
Right.
Born in the great city of Boston. Grew up just outside of Boston and spent better part of 20 years living in Utopia, Cape Cod. Grew up in my dad's business, started at the age of 13 busting truck tires and stuff like that. And off to college, right out of high school, that totally stunk. I hated college. Felt like I already knew everything I needed to know. And I think education is a really awesome thing, but I think in some cases it's overrated. I think your life's experiences are significant. I don't think anybody has a right to discount that. I learned everything that I really needed as far as business from my dad, who was a wonderful businessman, was very invested in his community. Probably a little more into organizations like Rotary and Kiwanis and stuff like that.
Okay.
He was a Freemason. He networked a lot, and just like you and I, networked through these different business leads groups and stuff. My dad was very involved in the community. He's a very good golfer. Unfortunately, I didn't adopt those traits.
That's for sure.
But and then got involved in business. Didn't inherit the family's business as my dad was hoping that I would. I just needed to do my own thing.
Okay.
I was probably a little more adventurous than I needed to be, and ambitious. And so I took my dad's business principles and just indoctrinated into everything that I did. It's about treating people fairly, and I know that you've heard on more than one occasion me use this expression that my dad used all the time. He would say to his customers, if you like what I did, tell a friend. If not, tell me.
Right.
And I asked my dad one time, I said, why do you tell people all that? Why do you tell your people that all the time? And he says, listen, understand this about business. If you treat a customer good, they may tell someone about the good service that you just gave them. But if you if you do a poor job, they will go out and tell 10 or more.
Yep.
So it's really important that if you're going to do a job, you might as well do it right and just engage with the customer. And every customer really effectively should become a friend.
Right.
And if you look at it from that perspective, you'll be successful.
That's nice. And I can say that Gary, what he said about if you like what I did, what we did, our company did, tell a friend. If you have an issue, tell me. He said that in a networking group in a workshop, and I think it was the favorite comment of that entire meeting, and a lot of light bulbs went off for a lot of the members, and a great way to say it. So your dad was sounds like your biggest mentor.
Oh, absolutely.
That's great. That's
He
great.
he set a standard that, you know, everything that I did in business, I tried to emulate and just remember those little expressions that my dad had. And it was really important for me with every customer, because when you think about what it costs you to get a customer,
Right.
through advertising, networking, whatever it is, every customer is expensive. And so why would you want to do anything that would just, you know, cause you to do the one and done thing?
Right.
You know,
Right.
the greatest aspiration I have in life is to have repeat customers who say to me, you know, the last time when you were here, you did a great job. I can't believe that you got this clean.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go into people, my favorite marketing tools is these little refrigerator magnets with the business on that go green clean. And when I go into a house and I see that magnet that's been on there for 15, 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
it just really kind of,
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
it really
That's
is
awesome.
cool. It's cool stuff.
So Boston, and then what brought you to Florida? What brought you down to Florida, and how'd you start your floor cleaning business in Florida?
Well, my business on Cape Cod was extremely successful. We were the second largest carpet cleaning and floor care company in southeastern Massachusetts, and I sold the business to my employees. I wasn't yet even 50, and just had made a decision that I was done with that business, and there was other things for me to pursue. And I remember in 1998, we went through one of the coldest winters in New England. I remember skiing on Martin Luther King weekend with a group of guys up in New Hampshire, and it was minus 45 at the summit of Loon Mountain.
Wow.
I was 20 when we get up there. It was bitterly cold, and the second day I blew my knee out skiing, and I said to my friends, "That's it, I'm done." I played a lot of hockey and had several injuries from doing that, and this knee injury it did me in. I just said, you know, if I can't play hockey anymore, if I can't do the things that I want to do like skiing, what good is the winter to me?
Mm-hmm.
And so I came down posthumously in later that year in '98 to play golf. I think it was in March. It was actually right after the fires here in Florida and Palm Coast, and we saw a golf package. You'll love this. $125 for 5 courses in Palm Coast.
Really?
Great package, Jim.
Wow.
So we took it and really enjoyed the vibe. The last course we played was Grand Haven, and I said to my friends, I could live here. And they go, you ain't never leaving. You'll never leave Cape Cod. All the connections that you have, the free golf, the free restaurants, everything that you have, you'll never leave here. Well, 99, I came down, and during, it was Biketoberfest, which I also ride motorcycles.
Right.
That was a good opportunity for me to look at some real estate, and found a place in Palm Coast that I really liked, and put an offer in it. And you love this. This is like old people talking now. Back in the day, I looked at this house, and they were asking $139,900 for it, which any place in Palm Coast now, that would be a bargain. But this place was on the water. It was on Saltwater Canal in the F section.
Okay.
With a boat dock and lift, almost 1,800 square foot house. So being a cheap New Englander, cheap Yankee, I offered $121,900. And they came back with a counteroffer of $138,900. Now I'm insulted by that.
Right.
You know, I'm a businessman. At this point, I've already owned 7 houses in my lifetime, so I knew a little something about the real estate game. So I lambasted the poor broker, who was kind of weak, and said when he asked me to give a counteroffer, I said, "Yeah, how about $119,900?" No, you got to come up. So no, I don't. They
Right,
rejected
right.
my offer. Here's my counter offer if they want to continue to play this game. So, needless to say, I didn't buy it. But I said to the broker, I said, I'm coming down in the year 2000.
Okay.
And I will buy something, but it won't be with you because you qualified me as a buyer, but you didn't qualify the seller. I need to know what the seller's motivation is. That's how I operate.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a call from him in February of 2000, and he says to me, "Are you still interested in that house on Flagler Court?" And I said, "I could be." He said, "Would you put your original offer back on the table? You get 24 hours to make this thing happen. That's your stipulation. If you can't make this thing happen in 24 hours, I'm still coming down during bike week in 2000, and I'm going to buy a house, cash."
Right.
Call me back 15 minutes later. "Congratulations, Mr. Guinette. You bought a house in Palm Coast." And so here I am all these years later. And I've seen the ups and downs. And quite honestly, in 2004, I saw some things that I didn't like about the politics here. I went through some stuff personally, some stuff that was really stupid. So I was ready to move back. And, funny thing is that 2004 was the year that the Boston Red Sox.
Oh my goodness.
You,
Oh my
you didn't
goodness.
need to be reminded of this.
Yeah, my Cardinals.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Thanks a lot, Gary. Why'd I invite you on the podcast?
Sold my house here, and I'm ready to move back. Took a great job up in New Hampshire, and high-paying job, and watching the Red Sox playing the Cardinals in the World Series and in a bar in St. Augustine, and it was 20 degrees at game time, game one at Fenway Park, and no.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So I stayed. So here I am.
Well, definitely. I'm glad you did come down here, and I ended up meeting you several years ago. Thanks for the bad memory. The Red Sox
so
beating the St. Louis Cardinals. Once you got going against the Yankees, it was over. It was over, though. So we're going to take a quick break to thank our sponsors. We'll be right back.
This is Jay Shear. Are you a business owner or entrepreneur trying to figure out how to improve and achieve greater results? If so, I'm speaking to you. I provide the tools, coaching, and accountability you need to gain clarity around your personal and professional goals, remove the excuses holding you back, build the mindset, leadership skills, and proven strategies to grow your business and become the best version of yourself. To learn more or to apply for my coaching services, call 904-236-0431 or visit jshearbusinessconsulting.com.
Hello, welcome to Good Vibes Nutrition, where every day is Friday. Good Vibes Nutrition was created to provide an environment of self-improvement through health, happiness, and community. Whether it's to lose weight, build muscle, gain more energy, or make friends, think of Good Vibes Nutrition as your Flagler Center hub for healthy living, personal happiness, and long-lasting relationships through the examples of kindness, encouragement, introductions, and pure love.
Looking for a voice that'll help your business stand out? I can help you reach new customers and grow your brand. My voice makes your message unforgettable, perfect for commercials, explainer videos, e-learning courses, and more. Get a voiceover that connects with your audience and drives your product to the next level. Find out how we can work together to make your business better. Visit www.awardvoiceover.com.
And we're back. Gary, thank you for telling the story how you got down here. Once you were here, you started your carpet cleaning business. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what the biggest challenge was in business down here?
Yeah, so that was actually, to be perfectly honest, my starting the business, which was originally called Magic Clean, was just something to give me something.
After Magic Johnson?
No.
No. Okay.
It wasn't something I planned to do as a full-time thing. I was supposed to derive a really nice retirement income. And again, when I moved here, I was 49. Now, at this point, I'm 50. Once I'm settled in here. And the guys up north didn't take any of my business advice about paying back or putting back into the business, and failed after 2 years. So I went from the business here just being a hobby, just some funny money, if you want to put it that way, to, oh my goodness, I got to go back to work full time.
Gotcha.
And so we started promoting. I joined the chamber, and the business was already good, I think partly because of my connections and partly because of my ethics. And there wasn't a whole lot of competition back in 2001, 2002, when all this started going down. So we were pretty successful as Magic Clean. And some events in my life in 2006 radically changed my life. I went from the lowest point of my life because of some things that had occurred. We won't go into that here. That's another long discussion. But that was the year that I discovered my relationship with God.
Okay.
And gave my life to Christ. And a couple of years later, after I had given my life over, I got involved in ministry, and I was being fast-tracked into ministry stuff, doing evangelistic work, traveling all over the place, and doing witnessing, and so on and so forth. And that story is a really powerful story in my life. But about 15 years ago, the Lord put it on my heart to get away from the name Magic Clean, the concept of sorcery and magic. And we used Dungeons, Dragons, and Wizards and that type of stuff in our marketing, which was fun stuff. It was very Disney-esque. It wasn't, wasn't serious, stuff in that regard. But the Lord just put it on my heart to change. So gave me the name Go Green Clean. And
love your logo.
I thank you.
Love your logo, yeah.
And we did and I actually had a pastor friend of mine design the graphics on all that. Scott,
no kidding.
Scott Addy, wonderful man.
Okay.
And while we were doing this, the Lord put it on my heart to come up with a tagline for the business. And I have a background in marketing anyway, but this was something that just had to be. There was no way that the name Go Green Clean was going to be out there without a tagline. And the tagline fit the perfect mantra of my belief system, believing in Christ. And so we taglined the business Scam-Free Christian Values Company.
Okay.
And utilizing Colossians 3:23, which says we're to do all our work as if we're doing it unto the Lord. And I can tell you, Brad, that from that time, I think it was the first day that we got the van back with the new graphics on it and all that. And I had a pastor friend of mine who was also a businessman, and we had prayed about this and that God was going to use this in a whole new way. And so the very first day I had a customer start telling me their problems, and they'd never done that before.
Really?
And so when this lady was through telling me the problems that she was going through, her husband had just died, and she had a daughter that had cancer and so on and so forth, I said to her, let me pray for you. And it's kind of unusual for a business to do that. But I just felt compelled. And at this point, I'm already involved in prayer ministry. So I pray for this lady, and the very next day, same scenario. I'm in customer's house, and they're telling me their problems, and I feel like the hairdresser or the bartender or barber, or whatever.
Right.
People are telling the carpet cleaner, their problems. This is nuts. And so I said to that person, "Can I pray for you?" And that customer said, "Yeah." I would really appreciate that. So I prayed for that person. I got in my van when I was done. I felt every time I do this, I feel such a sense of satisfaction way beyond the work that I did and the money that I received. I feel a greater satisfaction out of helping people and praying with people and knowing that God is going to move in their lives. I have that confidence. And so when I got in my van, I heard the voice of God speaking to me through that still small voice. He said, "Don't ever do that again."
Okay.
What do you mean? Not pray for people? And he said, "No, don't ever ask somebody if you can pray for them. Just tell them you're going to pray for them."
Gotcha.
And I've spoken, because I'm an ordained minister today, I get to speak with a lot of other pastors and ministers in our community. And one of the things that I always try to emphasize with them and the people that they're training up to get into ministry is to don't ever tell people you're going to pray for them and just walk away. Pray for them right then and there on the spot, because if God's put it on your heart to do that, then do it right then.
Right.
Okay, and it's how many times do you hear somebody say, I'll pray for you, and then they walk away, and you don't know whether they did or not. So I've seen, I can say honestly, in the 15 years or so since we changed the business, the concept, we've seen literally probably 1,500 people, their lives get changed.
Wow. That's
When
awesome.
you're in 400 or 500 homes in the course of a year,
Right.
and 70% of them are getting prayer, things are going to happen.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can definitely see where your heart and your soul is at to help people, for sure. Any last comments as far as networking advice, as far as business networking advice that you would have for someone just starting out in business, and what proper networking can do for someone?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, more important than seeking out your customer base, I mean, you have to know what your customer base is, obviously. But for example, me being in the carpet cleaning business and floor care business, my target audience is always going to be realtors if I want the immediate hit.
Mm-hmm.
Other sources, newsprint, radio, that can be okay. I've never got great responses off of that. But by just going in, doing one-on-ones with people, particularly one-on-ones with your target audience, in my case, it would be realtors.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the medical business, it might be doctor's offices or whatever.
Right.
Know what your niche is, and then find good business leads groups, like RDC, Palm Coast Business Professionals, Leads into the Future. Just seek out those, and even the Chamber of Commerce. Seek out those, and then have that one-on-ones. Don't just attend the meeting, but actually get to know people. I mean, I got to know you best by doing the one-on-one on the golf course.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And the fact that we can banter and everything, get to know each other's personalities, and beyond personalities, our integrity, our heart, and what our capacity is. What are we really able to do the things that we're offering?
Right.
You're in the pest control business, and you've been to our house, and since you've been there, we haven't had one single aardvark show up.
Well, that's good. That's
It's been
good.
real. No, it's in all seriousness, it really is important to know the people that you're dealing with, so that
True.
you're not
Very
recommending
true.
somebody that just flat out, is doesn't have integrity. Because there are people that join business groups that they join just so that they can get business, but
Right.
they may not have integrity. I'm not going to refer a pest control company unless I know the person that's involved in it, nor would I want anybody to recommend me. Let's face
Yeah.
it. We work, again, as I started out. We work really hard to get those customers. So what are we going to do to maintain them? And never be afraid to ask a customer for a referral. I mean, the business referral groups are great, but if you're in a customer situation, just ask the customer, "Hey, do you like what I did?"
Absolutely. Yeah.
And once the customer says, "Yeah, I mean, you did a really good job," well, you've solidified in their mind that you did a good job. They've heard themselves say that, and so that opens up the door to you. Say, "Hey, listen, do you know anybody else that could use my pest control? Do you know anybody else that could use our services,
Right.
cleaning carpets or tile or upholstery or whatever?" Just ask the customer. Don't
Absolutely.
be afraid, because you've already done a good job and you planted it in their minds. So
Great
and
advice.
leave them with an authentic experience, a different kind of
Right.
experience than they would get with other business people.
That's awesome. That's great advice, Gary. Thank you for sharing that, for sure. How can folks reach out to Go Green Clean and yourself?
Okay. Well, you're going to be talking at this point to Andy or Angie, and if there are really difficult questions about difficult situations, they'll always reach out to me for those solutions. I'm not saying that I'm the end-all, be-all to everything that there is in the cleaning business. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, yes, I am. It's hard for me to be humble when I'm this good. Now, seriously, call Andy or Angie at 386-447-9400 or gogreencleanusa.com.
Awesome.
Everything you need to know about us, you can get at that website.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you being on the show. It's been a great podcast. I look forward to the next time we're on the golf course. I can't wait to beat you by 10 strokes again. It's always a good time. And we will see you next time on the Ego Network podcast.
Your once-a-year pest control solution in Palm Coast, St. Augustine, and Ormond Beach. Safer, better, less intrusive pest control. With us. Call today at 386-445-7414 for a free inspection and quote. That's 386-445-7414.
This is Jay Shear. Are you a business owner or entrepreneur trying to figure out how to improve and achieve greater results? If so, I'm speaking to you. I provide the tools, coaching, and accountability you need to gain clarity around your personal and professional goals, remove the excuses holding you back, build the mindset, leadership skills, and proven strategies to grow your business and become the best version of yourself. To learn more or to apply for my coaching services, call 904-236-0431 or visit jshearbusinessconsulting.com.
Hello, welcome to Good Vibes Nutrition, where every day is Friday. Good Vibes Nutrition was created to provide an environment of self-improvement through health, happiness, and community. Whether it's to lose weight, build muscle, gain more energy, or make friends, think of Good Vibes Nutrition as your Flagler Center hub for healthy living, personal happiness, and long-lasting relationships through the examples of kindness, encouragement, introductions, and pure love.
Looking for a voice that'll help your business stand out? I can help you reach new customers and grow your brand. My voice makes your message unforgettable, perfect for commercials, explainer videos, e-learning courses, and more. Get a voiceover that connects with your audience and drives your product to the next level. Find out how we can work together to make your business better. Visit www.awardvoiceover.com.